Again, welcome to my YouTube channel, that is Simple Concept. I am Dr. Tapan Kumar Sankar. Again, coming with a new topic, that is the research related article or research related video. So today, basically, I am discuss about the basic research, exploring the foundations of knowledge. This video provide you the basic structure of research. Basically, what is research and significance of research, criteria of research, so many point we have discussed in these videos. So I am start the first lecture regarding the research. Yeah. So I start with the quotation of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Basically, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir is my motivational leader, my motivational educator, and my motivational scientist or hero. Everything is there. So he told that we should not give up and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. That means we have some patience whenever you have doing something. You must have patience and don't allow any excuse to defeat you, and until you are not achieving your goal, continue fight with patience and hard work. That is the important point of this quotation by the APJ Abdul Kalam sir. So the today's topic is basic research, that is the exploring the foundations of knowledge. So in this video we have to discuss what is research, because we are starting at the zero point of research, and what are the type of research, criteria of a good research, how you can conduct a good research, what are the characteristic of basic research, the basic research process, and the challenge in basic research, the impact of basic research, and the last question, why research is important for us. So these are the content of this video. So we start one by one. First thing, I think research is like a sea. It is a very huge area. So today's lecture is very limited. As you say that the drop of water, or you can say the molecule of water is very tin-like particles. So today we started the basic research, and today we know what is actually the research is, what is research, and how can be strong in our research field. So first question is, what is basic research? So research is completely with the two word, that is read and search. Read means again and search means find. So we searching we again and again something and develop a new informations, that is called research. So sometime it discover a new knowledge. So new knowledge, if you gain new knowledge, it is also one kind of the part of research. So, research is also defined as the systematic process of inquiry that aim to explore and investigation specific topic. Uh, it involves you have to collect some data, then data analysis and collection. With the data analysis, we interpreted the that informations and easy for the reader. That is also called the result. And sometimes research serve as the cornerstone of progresses, guiding advancement, and in science and technology, social science, and various other disciplines. So basically, the basic research is divided into three parted. Means the if you think about how can we conduct the basic research. So first you think the curiosity. Yes, it is very important when you try to understand something. First, you have the curiosity in yourself. So if I have a hungry for some knowledge, then I have getting knowledge for anywhere, like searching in a Google's platform or reading any articles or any book. Then expanding horizon. Yes, if you are getting some if you know your curiosity, then according to your curiosity you search a different type of paper and you read different type of paper. That means you expand your horizon related to the research. And definitely if you're doing some research, there are no immediate applications. Yes, If you suppose you are very interested for any topic of research, it may be not useful now, but after some time in future, it is very important and it is very useful for the research part of you. So these three are very important for the basic research. So what are the type of research? Research are based on purpose. There are three type of research. First one is the basic research, second one is the applied and the development research, and third one is the evaluative research. So in basic research, there is nothing. Means we have already generalized the formulations of theory. Your curiosity or interest in a subject in the basic research, the main motivation is to expand man's knowledge, not to create or invent something. That means if you are starting something for your research, it's considered as a basic research because when you have curiosity about any topic and you're searching from gathering the informations for data, that is under the basic research. Then applied and development research, it involves the practical problem of the society, and it can argue that the goal of applied science to improve the human conditions. This is based on basically practicals. If you doing some experiment and you are doing performing some research, so this is also under the applied research. It is uh, basically advanced form of the basic research where you some new thing is developed in your research area. So evaluate research area. Evaluate research is a type of research used to evaluate or product or concept and collect data to improve your solution. In this area, you have developed some product or some collection of data which are helpful for the other uh, problem thinking solutions. So these are based on the purpose of research. And another type of research based on method, definitely the history is one of the research because if you read the history anything, not only for the any history subject related, we are if you are read from the history any history like the science and technology history and like the any geographical history, so we have collect some data from the history and we know develop a knowledge and we gather the knowledge from the history. This is also one kind of research. And again is descriptive type of research. So in descriptive type of research there are three type of research. First one is case study, then survey, and context analysis. And third one is correlations. If you have any data is there, so if you correlate data and interpretations with the graph and easy to understanding, that is also the type one of the type of research. And then ex post facto research, this is the new term you have. I may might be you not might be seeing this type of word, ex post facto. It means the type of research where the researcher investigate a phenomena after the event or situation has already occurred without direct manipulations of variable. And another type of research, that is experiment. This is generally you have to see in some experiment that conduct in a lab. So these are the type of research. Then we have also consider the research design is a plan to answer your research questions and research method strategy used to implement that plan. And the research design and methods are very different related because good research design ensure that the data you obtain will answer your research question more effectively. Now, the next topic is the criteria of a good research. How a research you can say the how your research is good. So there are some points. If these points are covered in your research, then your research definitely will be a good pathway. First one is a systematic. Yes, your research should be systematical way. Means one the your research is related to one by one. Suppose you are literature review from some paper and you are conducting some research paper, and your paper is also useful for the next reader. So some systematical sequence is important for your research. Second one is logical. If you gathering some knowledge, definitely there is some logical because without logical your paper is not good or your research is not good. So some logical is also present in your research. Then it is empirical. Empirical means it is totally depend upon the practical or experimental. Means it's not about any idea. Means it is totally depend upon the your practicals and the experimental part of you. And another word is it is republical. Republicable. That means republicable means if your research is again useful for the other readers. That means your research may be used as a term of citations or reference. So then, if these 4 points are followed, then your research definitely would be a criteria of a good research. Apart from this, a good research has also the following qualities. First one, uh, purpose of research should be clearly defined and common concept. Your purpose in your research is clearly defined. What are you want to know or what are you want to understand for the readers, and it is common concept, not too much complex, because if you done your research very complex, then it is very difficult to reader or learner. Okay. Third one is sufficient details. If suppose your research, if someone read your research paper, and that paper is very useful for any readers, that means whatever they will want, everything is on paper, so your research is very valuable. And another thing is, when you design your research, you should be carefully planned to yield results that are objective as possible. So these are the good criteria of research. Again, we are coming with the characteristics of a basic research. So there are actually the basic characteristics of basic research are totally different from the applied research, because the basic research is totally depend on the theoretical or any hypothetical. So first point is theoretical underpinnings. So your basic research should be totally means depend on the theoretical. Suppose you have to read some theory and you expand this theory more and more. And another word is the academic environment. Your basic research should be from the academic environment. That means the research conduct in universities and any national laboratories. Okay. And the third one is knowledge expansions. Your research should be means your basic research expand the knowledge of particular topic. So these three criteria for the characteristics of the basic research. Then what are the methods and approaches? So basic research employs diverse methodology and experimental setup, a written model or something developed statically. So this method and approach are again categorized by the three types. First one is experimental setup. You have to design some experimental setup for your research. So this is the first criteria, your method and approach to design the experimental setup. And suppose your research is not related to the any experimental kind of thing, then you have to focus on the model and observations. Then how to develop a model, how to observations, your creation of the data model and useful observation of the phenomena. And if you don't, if you complete these two things, then you have go to the statistical analysis. This is a very important method, because you experimental setup, you observe model, you making model, but if you are not interpreted your data, then it is not useful. So interpretation or statistical analysis is very important for your research point of view. So these are three methods and approaches for your basic research. Again, the basic research process, how to follow the basic research, when you start, when you end. So the first point is define problem and literature review. So when you start your research, first I suggest you go through for the literature review, because if you strongly connect with the literature review, or you strongly complete your literature review, you are lots of command in your particular topics, because literature review is very important when you start the any kind of research. So literature review or define some problem related to the your identify the gap and analyze existing studies. And second one, when you complete your literature review, then you try to formulate hypothesis and design experiment, because if you carefully literature review read the literature review, you automatically find out whether your research what are the research gap in the above experiment or above paper or above article. So you are easily available to find out what is the what point is missing in the previous research, and I can add some valuable things in my research. So second point is the formulated hypothesis and the design experiment. Then you have to collect data and analyze the data. So if you have gathering some data and graphically represent, it is very easy, because most of the research are very complex. So as a researcher, as a scientist, we have to perform some graphical represents to understand the easy way to the reader. So if you do, if you are able to do the analysis data, then it is good, and it is very helpful for the next generation reader or future readers. Then interpret the result. Yes, if you have collect, if you are completing this three, then you have interpret result, like what are the conclusion draw and what broader of knowledge you want to know. So if you follow this pathway, definitely you will easy way to able the process of the research. So some examples of the basic research breakthrough. First one, suppose the discovery of NA structures. In 1953, Watson and Crick model, they are evolutions of the double helix lead. So this is uh, searching or discovered in 1953, but it is still now, it is very important for the biotechnology and medicine. So sometime I have already tell you that your research may not be applicable right now, but after some time or in future it is more applicable. Then just like DNA structures, one of important thing is electromagnetic wave. So understanding of electromagnetic wave in 1860s is discovered, but till now we are working on this electromagnetic wave and design our electronic gadgets like Bluetooth or any other sensors. So it is very important for your basic research, because every research is stand on your basic path of way. And the third one is the foundations of quantum mechanism. Nowadays, the quantum mechanism is very important to describe any complex theory or any kind of experiment. Like I have already uploaded the video, the shape of orbital. You see the shape of orbitals in quantum physics is very importantly described. So the early 20th century physicists pioneering theories and to laser transition and the nuclear energy. So what is the challenge actually in the basic research? So the challenge is very, you say that it is like a mountain up, because you always feel that we have some problem in our research, definitely, because there are some challenges whenever you have set up some research regarding thing, you have to more and more patience and challenge. So first point is extended timeline. It can decade. Suppose you are starting for research now, it will take time, maybe 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, or maybe more than 10 years. So it is very important to extend your timelines. Second one is funding constraint. When you have start to something, you require fund. That is the most challenges in researchers to how to start your research with a good funding. So funding is one of the constraint in your research, or it is one of the most challenging in your research field. And then patience and persistence. If very high amount of patience is required, because we are not guaranteed that something, if we are research on this, it is not always true that your research is always guaranteed to outcome. So patience is very much important. So basically these three things are the basic challenges of our research. And what are the of the research? You see the impact of research, technology, and revolutions. Now, day by day, the technology increases, right? First, if you saying about the 1990s, there is some touch buttons related or key buttons is there, but now there is touch screens. So always technology revolutions more and more in now, and inspire innovations. If we have to design something in past, then it inspire, and we always try to more and more better to collaboration with the other new approaches or to solve the complex problem, and that's essential for progress. Everything is important for the progress. If nowadays the technology is one of the most important field, because those country which have the high technology now, they are the dominant in this field. So these three in of the basic research. So what are the power of future divines? Yes, as you know that some key take between the basic research, that is the you expand the fundamental knowledge, it build a fundamental for the future innovations, and it impact the long term and transformative. So these are the power of curiosity driven science. So here, I have described in this picture, this is the cycling. First, you try to understand your identify research area. This is very difficult. If you identify your research area, then that means you know your curiosity, what topic you want to choose for your research. So this is very important, because if you know that I have to go with this research, then you automatically your curiosity is increasing and you getting some knowledge and right there and where, and you start your research. Then when you identify your area of research, then you go through the design and the research study. That means you have collect some data and you have design, how can I grow with my research topic. That means you have to design some research studies, and after you have some design the studies, you should carry out your research. That means this point I will correlate with the your literature review, because if you more and more read relate to your research topic, you will be more command in them. So you carry out your research, and whatever the research gap is there, you find out and you try to solve that problem. And then you have during the literature review, you have collect some data, and then data is used to analyze the result. And after analyzing the result, you are write a paper and go for the publications. So publications of research, if your research is published, then your entire means work and hard work paid off. And after that publications, again some reader is coming with your topic, and they again start for the same process. That means identify research, because he read your papers and your research gap, he find out the research in the future. So this is the cyclic pattern here I will see. So this is the basic cyclic of research cyclic. And thank you very much for watching my videos. That is simple concept. So this is the first video. I hope this video is very useful for you, and all the best for your research, and start your research.